Okay, folks, we have at least the start of a pump. Let me tip this back so you can see underneath here. So there is the little needle going into the injection port in the top, and that hooks into this one-way valve or backflow prevention valve, and then into the syringe right here. This is a servo, nice big beefy one, which is actually just temporarily mounted here in between the heatsink for the stepper motor driver and this bottom base plate. I'm going to drill a couple of holes and put some screws in there, and then we will run from here out to this handle to then operate, hopefully not this syringe, but a better syringe. This is just a cheap plastic junky one, which is pretty hard to move actually, but I'm so happy because this has really been an incredibly difficult part of this whole build. Let me just show you on another one here so that you can kind of get an idea. I'll move this out of the way, what it is that we're talking about. So again, this is the same basic thing. Now what will happen here is that there will be a reservoir, which I will simulate with another syringe here, which will go right up on the top like this. Okay, so this up here will be filled with the reagent, and obviously this is a tiny little syringe. We'll use a huge one. It'll probably be a hose or something to a whole jar of it, and then what will happen is that this will come in and out like that. You can hear it whistling, which is kind of funny. And when it pulls out, that sucks the liquid down from here, and then when it pushes in, it doesn't push back up that way. It forces it to come out the needle. So just to show you what it was that I finally found, this is off of eBay. Just these. This was supposed to be a bag of 90 degree, as you can see on the label. And some of them are straight, some of them are 90, and some of them are about 60 degrees, and wasn't what I ordered, but you know, that's okay. This is actually going to work out pretty well. And then here is the magic item that I have been whining about for the longest time. Can somebody please help me figure out what to order? And this is the little one-way valve, okay? But that I was going to have two of these and then a T, because when I think one-way valve, I think one input, one output, and then I would have a T here, and then another one of these, right, which would be one input, one output. Well, it turns out, and I'm kind of blown away that nobody in the medical profession knew this, or at least didn't realize it could be used this way. But these things have, you know, it's everything. It's all built into one. There's no other parts needed. So it's just this one thing. It allows the liquid to be sucked in this way and then blown back that way. And this actually works too. If I turn this upside down and I, you know, like we're to stick this down in a jar or something like that, it'll pump this way as well. Which actually I may end up doing depending on how the thing gets mounted. Just for now, I've got it hooked up this way. So, woohoo! Story of how I found this is kind of funny. I've been asking everybody that I knew, you know, can you please help me figure out, you know, which one of these to order? Because there's like 50 different types of this thing. And even this one, when I ordered them, I thought because it says female Luer, and in the picture it's very clear that all three parts here. Wait, let me get one out so I can explain what I mean. That all three parts of it are the female Luer. Okay, so that is a male Luer end, that is a male Luer end, and this is the female. Okay. So the syringes, I mean the needles rather, the little green part here, those are always male, right? So like I said, I thought I needed 3 of them, and I figured I would have to have, you know, like female. I would have to have the needle which is male, into a female, and then have a female here to a male T, and then have a female on the other end, and then, you know, into the feed. So these were supposed to be all female. That's what it says, and the drawing clearly shows all 3 of these being female. And yet, when I ordered them and they showed up, they were like this, with the 1 female and then the 2 males here. And just through absolute dumb luck, it happened to work out. So I had been going around for, it's been months, asking, you know, please, can somebody give me access to 1 or 2, you know, like a syringe and some of the needles and the backflow preventer valve, so that I can just figure out how everything hooks together. You don't even have to give them to me. I just want to be able to play with them, and then, you know, you can keep them, and that way I'll know what to order, right? So I had found listings online for backflow prevention valves, for one-way valves, with the Luer connectors on them, but they were like $216 for 100 of them. So, you know, each one of these is like, I think I actually paid like $1 something for these, but they're, you know, like $1 or $2. They're not a lot of money, but they would only sell them in like lots of 100 or 200 or 500 or 1,000. You know, so it was insane the amount of money I was going to have to spend, and then not really know whether or not it was going to work, right? So a friend had emailed and said, you know, hey, if you have to buy this huge thing, maybe I can help finance part of the purchase or whatever. And I said, well, that's really sweet, thank you so much, you know. And I explained what it was I was looking for, and this was the best one that I'd found so far, and it's $200, and if you want to kick in, that's great. And you know how my email client will pop up little ads sometimes. It's ad supported, and it popped up an ad for an eBay listing for $12 for this bag of them right here. So as I'm typing this email going on about how it's been totally impossible to find this ad comes up with exactly what I need. So I go and order it, and the same seller happened to have this other syringe, which I thought was going to be great, but it turns out that it's huge, and it's really, really, really hard to actuate, so that was a waste. But anyway, this ad popped up for these all-female Luers, which were very clearly all-female all the way around. And I was like, yay, that's it, we're saved. So I order them, they come in, they're not right, or they're not what I thought was right, but then it turns out that it works. It's amazing. And the amount of stuff that has come together on this project that really didn't have any right to, you know, like the fact that this injection port just exactly fits. I mean, everything just exactly fits right where it's supposed to. And this this location for this servo right here, that was totally planned, he says. Eye roll. It wasn't planned at all. Just happened to work out that way. And then there's been an amazing number of things on this project that have just worked out. So, cool. I'm going to stop there, and then I'm going to start again and show you how this pump works in the sink, and just so you can see some liquid going through it, and then I'll stop. Thanks. Okay, so just a real quick video here to show you how this actually works. Again, this is the reservoir here, and obviously it would be much bigger. This is just temporary. So the idea here is that we pull in, and we push back, and let's see if I can do that again so you can see a little bit better. Here's the liquid being drawn in, and you can see it's, you know, drawing it down from there. And then as I push it back in again, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a stream of water coming out. So it works as a little pump. Isn't that cute?